Stay safe. This is your guide to wearing personal protective equipment. As a member of the care team, you play a valuable role. Taking steps to keep yourself and others around you safe and healthy is really important. There are many kinds of viruses and other germs in the resident care settings where you work, and you can't always tell when people are sick. Even people who look or feel well can be contagious, exposing others to infection. Wearing personal protective equipment, or PPE, is essential to protect yourself, the residents in your care, and your family and friends from COVID-19, influenza, strep, and other diseases. Knowing how to put on and remove PPE correctly is the best way to prevent viruses and other germs from infecting you or the people you come in contact with. The good news is, putting on and removing protective gear is not difficult. Following some important steps each and every time will help ensure you get it right. You can do this. So let's get started. This is Miria. She'll show us how it's done. First, let's review the protective gear you may need to have with you when working with residents. Depending on the situation, you may not need to wear every piece of PPE we're about to show you. Your supervisor or employer will tell you what types of PPE to wear. Generally speaking, it may include some or all of the following items: a disposable gown or jumpsuit to cover your body and arms. Make sure this is the correct size for you. A face mask or a respirator. Either a face shield or goggles. Coverings for your head and/or your shoes. And gloves. In addition to your protective gear, you may need hand sanitizer in case soap and water is not available. Let's review a best practice for putting on or donning your PPE. Make sure you put on your protective gear before you come in contact with residents who need your assistance. If you didn't leave your jewelry at home, remove it now so it won't tear your gloves. Remember that good hand hygiene includes keeping fingernails closely trimmed and not wearing artificial nails. Start by cleaning your hands thoroughly. If you do not have access to soap and water, you will use hand sanitizer. Squeeze a generous amount of sanitizer in your hand, about the size of a quarter. Whether using soap or sanitizer, it's important to rub your hands together vigorously for at least 20 seconds. Singing Happy Birthday twice is one way to make sure you're taking the full 20 seconds. It may seem like a long time, but it's necessary to make sure you're eliminating germs that could make people sick. Next, put on the gown or jumpsuit if you are using one. For the gown, place your arms through first. Then, secure all the ties. Make sure the gown covers you from your neck to your knees, as well as your back. If using a head covering, put that on now. Make sure to tuck your hair completely under the head covering. Now, you're ready to put on a clean face mask or respirator. There are several different styles of face mask. You will use what your supervisor or employer has supplied for you. Place the face mask over your nose and mouth and secure the elastics around your ears. Make sure the mask covers your nose and extends below your chin. If it has a flexible band for your nose, gently press to fit this to your face. If using a respirator, put it on as you were instructed when you were fitted for the respirator. If you are using eye protection, put that on next. For goggles, make sure they provide good coverage around your eyes. If using a face shield, it should cover your entire face. Put shoe coverings on next if you're using them. We're almost done. But before you put on your gloves, clean your hands again for 20 seconds. Finally, put on your gloves. Pull the gloves up fully until they cover the wrists of your gown. That's it. You're now ready to begin working with residents. Now, let's review a best practice for safely taking off or doffing your PPE. Start by removing your gloves. It's important to do this in a way that avoids contact of your skin with the outside of the glove to prevent viruses or other germs from getting on your hands. Pinch the outside of the glove near your wrist. Peel the glove downwards, pulling the glove inside out. With your ungloved hand, slide a finger under the wrist of the other glove. Again, pull downwards, turning the glove inside out. Then, dispose of the gloves. If you're wearing a jumpsuit or gown, remove it next. For the gown, start by undoing the ties at the neck and back. Then, reach up to your shoulders and carefully pull the gown down and away from your body. Touch only the inside surface. Roll the gown up tightly, then dispose of it. At this point, clean your hands again for 20 seconds. If using a face shield or goggles, remove that next. For the face shield, carefully grab the strap and pull upwards and away from your head. Avoid touching the front of the face shield or goggles. You will need to disinfect these before using them again. If you're wearing a head covering, remove it now. If you will be cleaning and reusing it, place it in a separate bag. If wearing shoe coverings, remove them now. Clean your hands again for 20 seconds. Next, remove your face mask or respirator. Unhook the elastics from your ears and carefully pull the mask or respirator away from your face. Make sure not to touch the front of the mask. Finally, clean your hands once again for 20 seconds. That's it. You have properly removed your PPE. We've shown you the basics. Now it's up to you. Practice putting on and removing your PPE to get familiar with doing it properly. Take your time when putting PPE on and taking it off. Don't take shortcuts, and remember to change your gloves and wash your hands as frequently as you need to. Doing this correctly each and every time means you won't pass viruses and other germs to others, including your family and friends. After all, keeping people safe and healthy is what it's all about, right? Remember, your community is counting on you. You got this. If you have questions, ask your supervisor or employer. You can find more information online. Thanks for watching.